Hello and welcome. 5th of December, it's about 20 past 10 in the morning. The sun's out. It was a bit cold earlier on, but I've been doing some work, warmed up, had to take my coat off. This week I will be working on the structure at the back of the allotment. Keen to get going, so let's go. So as I mentioned on last week's video, we're going to panel that side out, panel off the back, both of which with windows at the top, and have some kind of glass frontage here. I'm going to start on that side, paneling it off. So let's have a quick recap of what we got to work with. We have got old fence panels, various bits of wood, various bits of glass, more bits of wood, some old windows, and this week's new addition, an old tabletop. So before we get going, it's important we understand the concept behind this build. So it isn't that I've got all these bits of old wood and glass, what can I do with it? It is, I want to panel off my structure, make it more watertight, weatherproof, etc. And I have these materials. How can I use them to achieve my goal? For example, this tabletop behind me. Could it be a door? Could it be a wall? Could it be a roof? Couple of things to bear in mind. I do want it to look halfway decent. So for example, those old window frames where they've got white paint on them, they'll probably end up down the side because that's kind of out the way, whereas I'll spend more time on the front here to make it look a bit more aesthetically pleasing from the rest of the allotment and to fit in with its natural look. Also, I might choose which bits of wood go where to reduce the amount of sawing I have to do. So there's no electricity down here. Yes, I've got a drill and an electric screwdriver, but I don't want to spend all my time sawing because my time is limited. Right, let's just crack on. I already know, for example, that these wooden bits of fence are an ideal fit to fasten to the 3 posts I've got there. I'm going to remove this trellis afterwards. That's adding a bit more stability to the structure, but once I've got a few fence panels on, I can remove that. Let's just get going. Right, first one in place and it's level. Should just now be a case of putting the one next to that, working my way down a little bit till I've got a few on. I've left enough gap between the top of this and the top here to fit those old windows in. What could possibly go wrong? Well, it's going alright so far, but it is only fastening bits of wood to other bits of wood, so I know the tricky bit will be the windows. So to save you having to watch minutes and minutes of Dave sped up doing things, I'll crack on and catch you back in a bit. Phase 1 complete, the panelling is in place. All went so well. I'm just wondering what's going to go wrong tomorrow. I did test lift the window frames into place. They are very heavy. I don't know if they're going to be too heavy for this structure. Well, that's tomorrow's problem. We'll get that trellis off tomorrow too. All good so far. Right, I'm back. It's the 6th now, 9:30 in the morning. It's a very misty day today. I was mulling over last night whether I could use those old wooden window frames in the structure. I know it's going to be too heavy. It's got massive nails in the side, shows how heavy it was. They were fastening it to the house. I did consider ripping it apart and taking the wood off the sides and leaving the glass unit in the middle, but I think that I'd end up breaking some glass. So what is plan B? Plan B is use the greenhouse glass. Now I have on my lovely table here that I'm using, I have a number of drawer runners. Imagine a drawer at home, you pull it out, it runs along this so it's nice and smooth. I've got a number of those. I'm going to fasten them to the top of the cladding that I put on yesterday. The greenhouse glass slots in there, keeps it from moving outwards. I'm going to have to put one across the top as well, but that is the plan. Let's install some glass. First job today though is get rid of this trellis, remove that. It was providing some kind of support to the structure, but I've got this wood in place now which should do the same job, and I don't want to get my glass in and start heaving on this or something. It dislodges my glass, so I'm going to get rid of that. Right, the trellis is off, which means I can work inside as well as outside, which will be good if it rains. So I've got the first lot of drawer runners in place, so the window will sit on that. Now the complicated bit, I need to put some more of these on another bit of cladding that's going to go at the top to hold the top in place. But what do? I have to measure that very precisely. Maybe put that in place, then slide the windows in. I'll have a think. So got the glass held up temporarily with some plastic block joints. I've realised I don't need these drawer runners at the top. They're good at the bottom, but at the top I can just overlap the plank and the glass, and that'll stop the glass moving outwards. That is the new plan.
Dig. Dave. Dig.
Dig, 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 dig.
And it's in. Looks alright, that, doesn't it? On the inside, I'm going to have to put a bit of wood across the top to hide the top of the glass to neaten it up, but it's in. It's in. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. And get the other bits in now. The glass is in. Oh, that went alright, that went alright. All I need to do is cut some trim for the top, neaten it up and to sort of hold it in place, and we're done. And the windows are in. Ever so pleased with that. Didn't break a single pane of glass this week. No, I am pleased with that. I'm pleased with that. We've got the back to look forward to in the coming weeks. Same kind of stuff, panel it off and glaze it. I'm out of planks now though, so we'll work it out, What else did we learn this week? I found a use for that table. As a table, I recommend floor tables. I think they're the future. You get some good downward pressure on it, good to kneel on. I might keep it as a floor bench. Who knows? I got my trellis back. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm sure I'll find something to do with it. The sun is creeping out. All good here. Thank you ever so much for watching. Click subscribe. Send me a comment, because I do like comments. Spares me on no end. Right, see you next time. Cheers.